The real moral of Beauty and the Beast? Disney remakes are hard to beat. I'm Sasha Perl-Raver, and this is Screen Junkies News. This weekend saw the highly anticipated release of the live-action Beauty and the Beast remake, and it broke that box office. Add to that the previous success of the first Alice in Wonderland film, Cinderella, Maleficent, and The Jungle Book, and it's safe to say that Disney has discovered their best product is Disney, which might explain why we've got the following films in development. A live-action 101 Dalmatians spin-off about Cruella de Vil, a 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea movie to be directed by James Mangold, a Mary Poppins sequel, a Maleficent sequel, live-action remakes of The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, Jungle Book 2, Aladdin, Dumbo, Mulan, something called Genies, and more, but... oh, God, you guys, I'm out of breath. Okay, here with me to talk about all of these films are Dan Murrell, Andy Signor, and Avital Ash, and we are going to do this as if we are the board at Disney. We're going to play a little game of red light, green light and decide what our slate would have been. So in order for a movie to get past our board, 2 members must green light the film.
Even though they're already all greenlit.
Yeah, they're already all green light, but this is the Screen Junkies version.
I like this, yep.
All right, first up, we've got the Mary Poppins sequel. This is already coming out on the 25th of December. It's Rob Marshall, who did Chicago and Into the Woods. It stars Meryl Streep, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Emily Blunt. Now, Andy, you hate Lin-Manuel Miranda. You hate
I don't
Fun.
hate him.
You hated his Oscar rap,
I don't
and
hate
it was
him.
the best. So I'll go to you first. Green light, red light.
I don't want to see this.
That's a red light. Dan.
Emily Blunt should be in more things. I say green light.
Avital?
I'll say green light. It sounds like fun. People would see it. People
I'm
are gonna see
excited.
it.
I love Emily Blunt. I love Manuel
Leave
Miranda.
Mary Poppins alone!
And Meryl Streep.
And Meryl Streep, I think, although Into the Woods was a little rough.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for it.
Into the woods.
Into the woods.
Into the Woods. We also have the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea remake with James Mangold, fresh off of Logan. Can I get a green light or a red light?
I mean, I'll give him anything he wants to do after Logan right now. If he believes in it, I'll see it.
Yeah, as a fan of undersea related adventures, I'm gonna say green light also.
All right.
Sequest.
Green light.
Green light. That's the James Mangold green light right there. Next up, we've got Mulan, which would be directed by Nikki Caro, who did Whale Rider. This would be the studio's second film budgeted over $100 million to be directed by a female filmmaker after Ava DuVernay, who just did A Wrinkle in Time. They keep saying that they're going to fill this cast with Chinese actors. Do we want to see this? Green light, red light.
Green light.
Green light from Avital.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Diversity, women directors. It represents something good.
If it's like a Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon situation, I would give this a green light too.
I would argue there's a good drama in here that just gets a little clouded by the music and some of the silliness that is fun, but I think you could probably tell a different dramatic movie here that might be really good. So I'm into seeing this one.
I agree. Mulan, a Disney animated movie that deserves a little more attention. So yeah, I'm also going with a green light on Mulan.
So here's a question. Are you making this not a musical?
Yeah,
I don't think it should be.
I don't think it should either. I think the Beauty and the Beast, it was so similar. Let's let this one go in a different way and be a little bit more dramatic. I think might be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up, we've got The Lion King, which will be directed by Jon Favreau.
Just turn them all away.
This
good for
one,
sound.
I'm straight up saying I'm super excited about already because you got a Donald Glover playing Simba and bringing back the only person who could possibly play Mufasa, James Earl Jones.
That's not confusing to anyone else.
What?
Why do it?
Why?
Why do it?
Just recast everybody.
Yeah.
And then just go watch The Lion King.
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
But
with
that
you.
wouldn't that be the answer for Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah,
Yes.
but did we need it?
All right, so I've got 2 red lights on The Lion
Well,
King.
I'm on the fence because we did pitch this on Movie Fights. I forget who pitched it, but someone was like, get Key and Peele as Timon and Pumbaa. Like,
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah.
God, like, can we make that happen? Hashtag, because I think that's the way to do it. But so it's like I'm on the fence. I really believe in Jon Favreau.
Absolutely.
And Jungle Book really surprised me, but this one is not the Jungle Book. The Lion King's, to me, much more identifiable. But I'm gonna give Favreau an inch and say, fine, let's see it.
I don't know how you can add anything meaningful to the original movie other than just replicating it for the screen, which is what Beauty and the Beast did. Not a big fan of it. I'm going to say a red light. I love Lion
Interesting.
King, but I only need one Lion
I'll say
King.
green light for the same, weirdly, the other side, but the same thing you said, which is Lion King is like a perfect movie. And so if they are just going to replicate it shot for shot, but with
Yeah.
Donald Glover and James Earl Jones
Right.
reprising his role, great. I'm down. I'll
Is
watch
Jeremy Irons back in your film?
I mean, why not just do the
Go watch
why
Lion
not-
King again.
That's what I said about Beauty and the Beast.
Doesn't make any sense.
I'm still
confused.
saying that about Beauty and the Beast.
All right, this one, by the way, at this
This was
point,
the most divisive
we have
so far.
all of the green
Yeah.
lights so far.
Mine is in a different
This
order.
one makes my
Here's the-
head
here's off mine.
explode.
Thank you.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
We're talking Dumbo, directed by Tim Burton. I mean, there's a lot of
No,
there's a lot of
no,
red flags
no,
here. With
no.
Eva Green and Danny DeVito, and this new version is supposed to revolve heavily around the circus, a thing that should be outlawed anyway.
I'm going no right out the gate.
I mean, I'm throwing
I'm
in
sorry,
my-
Tim Burton. Go do some original work.
No.
Dan?
Yeah, I'm just the team behind this. Aaron Kruger, the writer. I just don't know if I'm not
Chuck
really
it,
on board
chuck
with him.
it.
doing That's a red
God,
light.
thank
That's a red light
goodness.
for me.
This is across
Sorry.
the red light.
Bye, Dumbo. Thank
Apparently,
God.
Will Smith was going to play.
Oh, stop it. You're just
yeah,
making
he's
it
gonna play
worse.
But he
Dumbo.
passed.
But
Good for him.
We've
he
got
can pass. Yeah.
Aladdin.
Matrix he passes on, but also Dumbo. So
Next up, we've got Aladdin, directed by Guy Ritchie. They have been putting out casting notices, which I really like because they're looking for non-white actors. Is this a...
I mean, you can't cast a. I mean, that would have been ridiculous.
of course,
They
but I
did
mean,
yes.
with Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia.
yeah.
And they promised that it won't be Prince of Persia. They've
Yeah.
gone on the record saying that's not what they're doing
I
here.
think they even said we're not making Prince of Persia.
Is this a green light or a red light?
Green light.
Green light. Ooh,
So
Avital
excited
is
about this one.
Why?
I don't know. It's like, it's Guy Ritchie. I'm so curious to see what he does with it. And nostalgia. I guess I just am like wanting,
All right.
it sounds so fun.
Andy?
I'm on the fence. I wanted to hear what Dan said.
Dan?
if they'd said that they weren't going to do it as a musical, I would probably say green light. However, stop making the same movie. Red light.
Red light.
Yeah, it's torn because it's like I see a live action tale that's probably good in this, but I don't understand why we're adapting it the exact same
hold on.
way.
Let me throw something out in this pitch process. If we cast Riz Ahmed from The Night of as Aladdin, and
Yes.
it becomes a hip hop street musical.
Ooh, you lost me there.
Yes,
You had me and you lost me.
There is on that. I don't know about a hip hop street musical, but I will say what will be so fun is to see, like what you're saying, why stop making the same movie over and over if they make it their own. If he
Yes.
does something, if he's just like, let's explore life on the streets a little bit more with Riz
Yeah.
Ahmed.
Find
and
the
then-
diamonds in the rough.
So
Some
what do
new
you? What
stuff.
say you? We've got this is the tiebreaker, Andy, and you're in charge.
Look, I'm gonna go off of John August, good writer. I'm hoping they'll go a different direction a little bit and give it its own voice. So I'll say fine.
Green light now. This seems like a horrible idea. They're also doing a prequel called Genies.
Red light.
Red light.
Disney initially wanted to use some of the outtakes available from Robin Williams'
Oh,
original
red light.
performance,
Red light.
but his estate said that the studio is barred from using any
Thank
of that
God
for
for Robin
25
Williams'
years.
contract. Can we
Thank
just
God.
thank God the lawyers for
And
once?
thank God for Robin Williams. I miss him so
me
much. He was the
too.
best.
I can't believe they're going to use his audio to try and bring him back to life.
Genies
No.
is a
Red light.
strong red light.
Red
Okay,
light.
great. Now we've got Christopher Robin, directed by Mark Forrester, because when I think, happy childhood memories, I definitely think of the guy from Quantum of Solace and that show Hand of God on
He
Amazon.
has the weirdest filmography.
Yeah.
Mark Forrester.
So this is basically a retelling of Winnie the Pooh. It's a live action Winnie the Pooh. Do we go red light? Do we go green light? It was also, originally the script was written by Alex Ross Perry, and now it's been reworked by the guy who wrote Spotlight. It's just so uplifting.
I want to go on the record. I love Winnie the Pooh. They're really well done stories. They're so cute, and even the newer ones they've made are really well done. I'm torn because I don't know what it looks like yet, and so it really makes or breaks it based on the look. Like, is it going to look like Jungle Book?
Well, here's
because
the
Winnie the
thing.
Pooh is a toy, so it's not a real bear.
Mark Forrester also did Finding Neverland, which was sort of the behind the scenes of Peter Pan.
This one's supposed to be about Christopher Robin growing up and coming back as an adult, so it's very Hook-esque, which scares me slightly. But
Yeah.
also, it's like, all right, well, at least they're trying something different. I hate to be so hedgy here, but yeah, what do you guys think?
I'm going to give it a slight green light only because of the talent attached to it.
Wow, he wants a really dark, gritty Christopher Robin.
Well, it doesn't say it's going to be dark. If it said it was going to be dark,
It's
then
Mark Forrester and Tom McCarthy.
He's grown out of the joyful imagination he had as a young boy.
It sounds like a really.
But didn't Tom McCarthy also help write Up? That's not his
was
dark.
also-
Also very
Co-writer, but
sad opening.
yeah, like-
there's some darkness in
He
Up.
probably
I'm gonna
just
go.
wrote the first
I'm gonna
5
go.
minutes.
I'll go in. I'll go in
All
on this
right,
one.
we got a green
I'm too
light on
curious.
Christopher Robin.
I like
Avital,
Winnie the Pooh. Staying
Would
around.
you red lighted it? Would
I
you?
was
Don't
gonna
be a
red light.
presser.
No, but then I was interested. I was gonna say red light only because I like it as the cartoon, and for some reason I'm not interested in the live action. But
Like
now,
Peanuts, for example, really came together well. I thought the new movie.
But that's an animated movie. This would be live action.
That's from. Well,
so
it's
upset I
not going
just
to be.
said
It's going to be
presser.
CG. CG characters. You're not going to make a. They're not going to make a life-size, real, practical Pooh. Come on.
All right, here we go. This one, actually, as I was going through the list, I went, oh my hell! Oliver Twist, starring Ice Cube. It's going to be directed by Tommy Kail, who brought us Hamilton. He also did the Grease Live, which was great.
The best live television event I've ever seen.
Do we want a hip-hop spin on that old Dickensian story?
Please, sir. Please, sir. No more. No more.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Oh, great. Oliver Twist.
Dan?
Green light.
What?
It sounds different and
No.
unique,
Here
and
you
I
go.
love the
You can
Grease
flame
Live,
that one.
and I kind of want to see Ice Cube play Fagin. So I'm gonna put this in my pocket and take it to another studio.
Great. You go. All right.
Watch it win all the awards.
No.
And play this clip.
Sure, just like Ride Along won all the awards. All right, James and the Giant Peach, directed by Sam Mendes, with a script by Nick Hornby. Ooh, it's the Roald Dahl classic. It's a stop motion animated movie, and now they want to do it live. What do we think?
I'm in.
Yeah?
I'm curious.
Is it the
Yeah.
Sam Mendes, the Nick Hornby, the what?
The Sam Mendes, I think, primarily. Yeah. What's he gonna do with that? I want to see.
Visually, that man is what's up. I mean,
If it
think
gets
about
Roger
like,
Deakins to shoot it, I'm in.
oh God, yes, I want that.
Also, yeah. Green light.
Yeah, that's a great movie. I can't wait for that. That's one of the ones I find more exciting. And also,
Yeah.
James and the Giant Peach is not something that I feel tremendous attachment to. I like
Yeah.
the book, but these are the kinds of remakes that I want more of. Less Aladdin's, more James and the Giant Peaches.
If they have a good take.
Yes.
Yes.
Next, we've got Cruella, starring possibly Emma Stone. Right now, she's attached, and this is the Cruella DeVille movie we've all been clamoring for. Now, here's where it gets kind of exciting. The first script was by Devil Wears Prada scribe, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it
Aline, I
Aline?
think?
Aline Brush McKenna. And now there has been another rewrite done by the 50 Shades of Grey writer, Kelly Marcel. So you had me, then you lost me. What do we think?
Yeah, I mean, if Glenn Close hadn't done it so well so recently, I
Yeah.
might have been intrigued. But I feel like I've seen that already, and it's not that good. My kid loves it because he likes the dogs and they're cute. But
Yeah.
the movie itself is not very good. She gives a great performance.
Yeah.
And then they did 102 Dalmatians, which is even worse.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is a smart move for her or Disney.
Avital?
Yeah, red light. You can't
Red
replace
light.
Glenn Close with Emma Stone.
She
No.
is charming and wonderful. I think this is a misstep for her career. I would not, if I was her agent, I would advise her not to do
Yeah,
it.
it's time for her to do something like gritty. Because even though La La Land was sort of indie, I guess, kind of, it's like I just want to see her. I'm tired of her, and I think the only way that I can stomach her now is like in something sort of small, not as.
What about Maniac? Are you excited for that? The Carrie Fukunaga show that she's doing with Jonah Hill?
Could be good.
I think that could
Could
be
be
really
good.
fun.
I don't love her or Jonah Hill, so I guess.
Really not gonna
All
like
right,
that.
we already have 2 red lights on Cruella, but Dan, I want you to weigh in.
Yeah, no, Emma Stone's the thing that would maybe push me over the edge, but I see Maleficent and Angelina Jolie was great in that movie, and the movie still was not very good, I don't think, so I'm going to go with it.
All right, it's dead. Okay, this one, speaking of dead, has been rumored forever, and I don't think is actually still in production. This is Tink with Reese Witherspoon in a retelling of Tinkerbell.
Pretty good red light.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, Dan.
It just doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. It's something just feels off about it. It's just. Do we want a Tinkerbell live action movie?
Yes. I think we do need a good Tinkerbell story. I mean, my wife is obsessed. The fairies is a huge merchandising thing. I don't love those fairies movies. I have seen them, but Tink as a character is actually really badass, and I love how spunky she is. Like, if you did it a little, not too edgy, but a little bit more like the real Peter Pan did, I'd be on board as long as it's not super flowers and I'm happy. Like,
So we've got
Tink
one.
isn't that?
We've
Tink
got
is-
one no. We've got one yes. Avital, you are the deciding vote.
I'm gonna give it a green light.
She's giving it a green light.
I'm loving Reese Witherspoon on Big Little Lies.
Oh,
Yeah,
you and my
really
husband,
good.
man.
So good, and she's so good in it. And I think this is the perfect thing to follow that up with. That'll
So
be rad.
I'm going to weigh in and say I want this to get a red light just because I wrote a script called Tink that's a TV show about Tinkerbell giving up her fairy form and becoming a human and trying to find love in
no.
LA.
Well, I would red light that in a
Oh, I
heartbeat.
would kill you!
that.
I'm gonna send it to you. It's super
Yeah,
fun.
please.
Now, in the same
Green light
token,
for you.
thank you. We've
You're
got Peter
welcome.
Pan. You guys, didn't we just see Pan and wasn't it garbage? Dan has to lie down.
I feel like
Here's the only thing gives me pause. It's by the guy who made Pete's Dragon. And I thought he did
I
a really good job adapting
Did not
that.
like that movie.
Oh, you didn't? I
did
was
not
surprised
like
by
that
liked it
movie.
a lot.
I didn't. But I
really
know I'm
did.
in the minority. But here's the thing. We just saw Pan, and Pan.
Yeah, but ignore Pan.
tanked.
Throw Pan away. We don't ever need to see Pan again.
How do you
We've
know
had
that we're not going to
Pan,
get the
we've
same
had Hook,
ridiculous?
We've had Peter Pan.
It doesn't work.
We've had so many Peter Pan movies.
I'm overruling all these guys. It got a red light. Ha ha! We're moving on to The Little Mermaid. Oh boy. Okay. Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid. Lin-Manuel Miranda, who is going to produce. He's also going to do songs and compose with Alan Menken. I know from his Twitter that he's very excited about this. I saw The Little Mermaid at the Hollywood Bowl last summer, and it was a sing-along, and they brought in people to sing the songs, and every song that was sung that didn't sound like the original from the movie, I hated. And it was like Sarah Bareilles singing beautifully, and I was like, this sucks! Because I just wanted it to be the original.
Right, and why do we need new songs to Little Mermaid from just because Hamilton's
Under the
there?
Sea isn't good enough.
Yeah, I know those songs are awesome. I don't need more songs to pad it out.
Give it to me. Red light, green light.
Look, the only thing is, sorry, but I did strangely like the shot of Aquaman swimming around. And I'm very curious how you shoot a movie like this that's so deep in the water. I don't think we've seen a good one yet, so I'm on the fence.
It's killing me. What was the name of the woman that was going to direct it? I loved her. She did Ratcatcher.
Wait,
and
was going to do Little Mermaid?
Little Mermaid for a time, and she
Sophia Coppola was going to do it for a while,
I think it was
and then
before
with
her.
Chloe Moretz, right?
Wait,
Yeah,
we've got our crack producer,
Thank you, guys.
Justin's on it.
Lynn
Lynn
Ramsey.
Ramsey.
Thank you.
Oh, that's
Which would have been a
cool.
really dark version. She did We Need to Talk About Kevin.
That's cool.
That would have been rad.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think.
with you.
I think what happened, and this was like rumored, so who knows for real, was that Chloe Grace Moretz was attached. She didn't want to do it with her, and that's when Sophia Coppola was like, "I'll do it with her," even though I think Chloe's a great actress. But I'd be down to see Lynn Ramsey's version.
That'd be
I don't
awesome.
know about this.
I would definitely watch that because that, to me, sounds more in line with the original fairy tale. Because the original fairy tale is so
It was
dark.
yes.
But now
Sad
with
story.
Lin-Manuel Miranda,
There's not enough
attached, it
here.
sounds
Based
like
on just it's new music with him, I say red light.
Yeah.
Red light.
It's going to be grotesque. I mean, just live action. Just Sebastian's not going to be cute.
Real crabs aren't
As
in.
you said, like I want to see how they would do it.
Yeah,
And it
I
doesn't
was
have the
very
Jungle Book
curious.
thing. It doesn't have enough.
Even Flounder would look really gross.
All right, The Sword and the Stone, which I feel like we're already kind of getting, but we've got a Sword and the Stone remake from Game of Thrones scribe Brian Cogman. Yay? Nay? Yay, nay?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those. Go ahead.
That's it. That sounds fun.
I
I'm
feel like this is
curious.
one of those movies you could expand on. It's a really short cartoon, and
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more to it. I do like Merlin, and I think there's some fun to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many King Arthur movies that
Yes.
just bombed. Seems like every King Arthur movie bombs. We'll see what happens
Don't you
this summer.
jinx my boyfriend.
But they've already greenlit, so I'm gonna
Wait, who's your
abstain.
boyfriend?
Charlie Hunnam.
Oh,
My vote's not needed, so
I
I'll
missed
Not
that story.
needed, but I don't. It doesn't
No, he's
bother
in
me.
King
It doesn't
Arthur.
offend me like some of the other ones.
Yeah.
All right, Pinocchio. Now here's the thing: there have been so many versions of this that have been tried.
Roberto
They've
Benigni.
tried to make
Oh,
this a million
God.
times. There's been a Paul Thomas Anderson one. There's
Didn't Jonathan Taylor Thomas do
He
one
did,
too?
yes.
There's been a number, and nothing.
Oh, Paul Thomas Anderson was thinking about
Yeah,
doing this.
and there was
I'd
that. There
sign
was
up
the
for.
Roberto Benigni one. There's been just like
Robert Downey Jr. Yeah.
so. They're trying again with the guy who wrote Dan from Real Life. Yay? Nay?
Also,
Hey.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape, which I love.
Me too.
Yeah.
That Pinocchio, the
I actually
animated
liked it in
Pinocchio,
real life.
is not just one of the best Disney films. It's one of my favorite movies ever. And again, anytime somebody says should remake a movie, I always ask the question: can you do it better, or can you do it in a different way than has already been done?
You can't
I
do
don't
better.
see that with
No,
Pinocchio,
you can't
so
do
I'm
better
going to
than
say
Pinocchio.
red light.
I
Red
agree.
light. Red light. It's gone. Now we've got Rose Red. There's no cast, but the note here says, hopefully not Kristen Stewart. That's literally on the page. So this is a telling of Rose Red, who is Snow White's long-forgotten sister, who works with the dwarves to break the curse of the poison apple. So this is like a feminist retelling of Snow White? Is that what
Snow
I'm
White's
hearing?
sister,
Snow
yeah.
White's sister. Yeah.
So it's
I'm
like
into that.
Frozen meets Snow White.
It's like she was overlooked. Snow White was the fairest in the land. What about her poor sister, Rose Red? What about her?
But
So it's Marsha.
The Huntsman Winter's War was so bad.
Yes.
But this sounds like something else.
All right, so
So did
Avital
that.
goes yes.
So did that. So
What do you
I
guys
still say no.
Dan, you're the
Huntsman was something
tiebreaker.
else, and it was something bad.
I think that at worst it gives kind of a new female character in the Disney space, which can't be a bad thing.
Yay or nay?
I'm going to say yay. Green light.
Yay! All right.
I literally put on Huntsman on for 5 minutes and I turned it off. And I never do that.
So now we have Prince Charming.
I'm gonna give this an enthusiastic green light.
Yes.
I'm excited about this. He's like the most empty character. We don't know anything about him.
Cast him for me, Avital. Who's playing him?
It's also confusing which Prince Charming, because Snow White, Cinderella.
There's a Snow White and there's a Cinderella. So this is sort of the thing. We can figure it out. While she's figuring out her casting,
Thank
I
you.
want you guys to let me know green light, red light.
I'm going to green light with the caveat that it is funny and that Chris Hemsworth plays Prince Charming.
I pictured Chris Hemsworth
Yeah.
right away too, and then
Well,
there's,
I'm
like,
giving
he's
that
in-
a green light with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Just
He's
because
so
you said Chris
funny.
Hemsworth.
He's got comedy chops, and I can see him doing this movie really well.
I want to see them
so hard.
embrace him as like a sort of vapid front, and then
Yes,
like
exactly.
delve into
He has to
it.
build out.
He has to be
he's
really
more than
dumb.
that.
Yeah, like that's
I'm really
his
into that
struggle.
one, actually.
I'm into that.
Hopefully Hollywood's listening.
All right, we already know this is happening. This is Maleficent 2, so this is the follow-up to the original Angelina Jolie. So here's my question. Will this go the way of Alice through the pooping glass, or will this actually be good?
No, it will.
Be good.
No, it will go through the pooping glass.
Pooping glass.
She's so good as Maleficent, though.
Yay or
but they
nay?
ruined her.
But she was only good at the beginning of the movie
Yep.
when she was the evil Maleficent, and they did kind of take the fangs out of that character.
Am I crumpling or not, Dan?
I say red light.
Crumple.
Crumble! All right, bye. Now, Jungle Book 2, another Jon Favreau film. So now we've got this is yay. Like, this is yay. I feel like everything Jon Favreau is a yay.
Well, there's
right?
more to the books, right? So, I give him faith because he did this already.
Yeah, and it's just following like an older Mowgli.
I don't think it's going to be as good.
No? So you're red light?
I'm like a yellow light.
Okay, yellow light. We've got
I've
one
been like
yellow
on most
light.
of these.
Yellow.
Avital?
My hesitation is we're having this whole conversation of like, should Disney be more original instead of just rebooting everything or doing the things that they already can bank on? And this is like, to me, feels like such a safe bet in a way that I'm resistant to. Of like, it wasn't enough to take the Jungle Book and do a live action, but now you're gonna
Do it again.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that sounds like a red light.
Yeah.
I see it's a green light for me because I thought Jungle Book was how Disney should approach all of their remakes, which is take the bones of a story and do something fun and different with it. So
We've got a
I
yellow
would
light?
actually go green light.
Green
you have
light,
to be-
yellow
what are
light,
you
and
gonna
red
do?
light.
You're
I'm
breaking
going
the
red
tie.
light. It's gone. Bye, guys.
Out of
I
there.
want, because here's my thing, and I want you guys to think about this as we go through the last one. What happens when they run out of properties they've already done and they haven't made anything original? What do they make?
You're gonna remake everything.
They do it
Remake
again.
Pixar.
Again.
Pixar. will
That's
start
my
doing
concern.
that.
Like,
Yeah,
can you
Toy
imagine
Story,
the
Wall-E.
live remake of Up? How sad that's going to be when you actually
It'll
watch
happen.
Grandma
Mark our
die.
words.
Yeah.
All right, final one. This is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This could
Where it all
possibly be
began.
done in conjunction with the aforementioned Rose Red film. Right now, we've got music by the guys who brought us the beautiful compositions from La La Land. Ha ha! You've got the writer from The Girl on the Train.
Ugh.
What do we think? Hi ho? Or
I know.
Oh, we got
I
one
love La
high
La
no.
Land, but I really
Bless you.
Exactly.
He's allergic to the allergy, you guys.
I'm
He's
allergic
straight
to
up-
the girl on the train. That's how much I didn't like that movie. I'm allergic to it. Ooh, boy. Well, we already just had a Snow White. I
Yeah.
like the Snow White thing we already
I think-
greenlit better than
Maybe in
this. one.
like
Charming?
10 years, ask me
All right.
again. We'll see where
And
we
Avital,
stand.
that seemed like a
Yeah,
no.
red light.
Red light.
Yeah.
All right.
We did it.
We did it. So you guys, here's our slate. We're gonna do a really fun Chris Hemsworth Prince Charming.
Yep.
We're gonna do a dark and gritty Rose Red. We're gonna do the Sword in the Stone, which will actually be really fun. It's by the guy who writes Game of Thrones, so there's probably gonna be nudity and like brothels.
I'm still picturing Riz Ahmed, even though that doesn't. Once you brought him out,
Awesome.
I want him there.
We're doing Tink. We're doing James and the Giant Peach, which I'm
All right,
actually the
I'm into that
most
one.
excited about. We're doing the Christopher Robin movie. We're doing Aladdin somehow got through. I
I don't know how. Not
Yes.
genies.
We are doing The Lion King, which
I
I'm
take my
excited
vote back
for.
on that one.
And we're doing Mulan. And finally, we already know this is happening. Mary Poppins Returns and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
And I am shopping
James
to
Mangold.
whoever wants to buy it, Oliver Twist with Ice Cube to whatever studio would like to.
Yeah,
greenlight
that's
it.
definitely. I'm thinking that's going to be a Lionsgate movie, perhaps.
Yep, maybe so.
Or maybe I don't know what studio. Relativity probably would have purchased it
Relativity.
back in the day.
I'm taking it to A24.
So much fun, you
Gonna
guys.
win Ice Cube and Oscar.
Well, thank you guys so much for being with us, and thank you guys for watching. We want to know, what films do you want to see remade, and what do you think should not be touched? Let us know in the comments below. You can tweet us at SJ News. Make sure to like and subscribe, and of course, you can always click here for more Screen Junkies news. We'll see you again soon.